Kumusta, everyone! What if I told you that right now, thousands of foreigners are selling their homes, packing their lives into suitcases, and booking one-way tickets to the Philippines? It's true. Today, we're counting down the 10 foreign countries whose citizens are moving to the Philippines in surprising numbers. You won't believe which country tops the list. But first, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Let's dive into this fascinating countdown. Number 10, South Korea. With 4,372 residents, the Korean wave isn't just about K-dramas reaching our shores. It's also about thousands of Koreans choosing to make our country their home. Angeles City in Pampanga hosts one of the largest Korean populations, with Korean language signs throughout the city and entire neighborhoods catering to Korean residents. Walk through certain streets and you might think you've been teleported to Seoul. Many Koreans come specifically for English language immersion, with families relocating to support their children's education. The business landscape has been transformed by Korean entrepreneurship, from Korean barbecue restaurants to beauty salons introducing the latest K-beauty trends to eager Filipino customers. What makes the Korean community unique is how they've created a cultural bridge that flows both ways. While Koreans bring their cuisine and business practices to the Philippines, they've also become some of our country's most enthusiastic tourists, exploring destinations that even many locals haven't visited. If you've noticed more Korean restaurants, coffee shops, and beauty stores in your area, now you know why. Our Korean friends are here to stay, enriching our cultural landscape and economy. Number 9, United States. With 6,306 residents, the American community represents one of the most diverse expatriate groups in the Philippines, with motivations ranging from retirement to entrepreneurship to family reconnection. Many American residents are retirees who've discovered a powerful financial secret. On a typical U.S. retirement income, they can afford luxury living that would be impossible back home. Private drivers, beachfront properties, household help, and premium healthcare suddenly become attainable on a fixed income. As one American retiree in Dumaguete told us, "I was struggling to make ends meet on my pension in Florida. Here, I live in a beach house with a housekeeper and a gardener, eat out whenever I want, and still save money every month." Beyond retirees, Filipino Americans returning to their roots make up a significant portion of American residents. These balikbayans bring unique perspectives, often investing in businesses that blend American efficiency with Filipino hospitality. Digital nomads represent the newest wave of American arrivals. With remote work becoming the norm, many Americans have realized they can earn U.S. salaries while enjoying our tropical paradise and significantly lower cost of living. This trend accelerated dramatically during the pandemic and shows no signs of slowing down. From veterans reconnecting with their past to entrepreneurs spotting untapped opportunities, Americans are rediscovering the special relationship between our nations in a whole new way. Number 8, Japan. Japan secures our 8th spot with 4,397 residents. The Japanese expatriate community represents one of the most established foreign presences in our country, with connections spanning decades. Japanese residents typically fall into two distinct groups: business executives working with major Japanese corporations and retirees seeking a tropical haven. For business professionals, the Philippines serves as a strategic base for operations throughout Southeast Asia, with Japanese companies investing heavily in manufacturing and technology sectors. For retirees, our country offers a remarkable quality of life upgrade. In areas like Baguio and Tagaytay, Japanese retiree communities have formed around cooler climates that remind them of home, while still enjoying significantly lower costs than Japan. The Japanese influence can be seen in the growing number of authentic Japanese restaurants, markets, and cultural centers that serve as gathering points. During festivals like Tanabata in July, these venues transform into vibrant celebrations that introduce Filipinos to Japanese traditions. What's particularly interesting is how Japanese retirees often develop deep connections with local communities through volunteer work and cultural exchange. Many establish small foundations supporting education and environmental conservation, creating meaningful legacies beyond their business investments. As the Japanese population continues to age and retirement costs in Japan rise, we can expect this community to grow even further, bringing their renowned precision, innovation, and respect for tradition to more areas of the Philippines. Number 7, Germany. Germany grabs the 7th spot with 1,533 nationals. German expatriates might be fewer in number, but their impact on Philippine development is outsized and growing. Many Germans working in the Philippines are connected to renewable energy, engineering, and automotive industries where German expertise is highly valued. With the Philippines' push towards sustainable development, German engineers and consultants have found their skills in high demand, especially in solar power and waste management projects. What stands out about the German expatriate experience is their dedication to cultural integration. Unlike some expatriate communities that remain somewhat separate, many Germans learn Filipino languages and actively participate in community initiatives. German national Thomas Schmidt, who runs an eco-resort in Palawan, shared, "When I moved here 10 years ago, I decided I wouldn't be just another foreigner living in a bubble. I learned Tagalog, married a Filipina, and now I'm more Filipino than German in many ways." Environmental consciousness is a significant contribution from the German community, with many initiating sustainability projects related to waste management, renewable energy, and ecotourism. Their expertise in these areas has provided valuable knowledge transfer to local communities. From Oktoberfest celebrations to authentic bakeries offering traditional breads and pastries, the German influence is creating a unique cultural fusion that benefits both communities while helping build a more sustainable future for the Philippines. Number 6. Taiwan. With 1,021 residents, the Taiwanese community here has established a significant presence, particularly in the business sector. Many Taiwanese have relocated to capitalize on the Philippines' strategic position as a gateway to Southeast Asian markets. Taiwanese investors have established manufacturing facilities, particularly in special economic zones like Clark and Subic, creating employment opportunities for locals while expanding their business reach. Beyond business, a substantial number of Taiwanese residents are retirees attracted by our tropical climate and lower cost of living. With a retirement fund that would barely cover basics in Taipei, Taiwanese retirees can enjoy beachfront living and regular travel throughout the Philippines. The Taiwanese community has particularly flourished in areas like Alabang and certain parts of Cebu, where small enclaves offer familiar comforts like authentic Taiwanese bubble tea shops and restaurants serving traditional beef noodle soup that rivals anything you'd find in Taipei. Cultural integration has been facilitated by some shared cultural values and historical connections. During the Mid-Autumn Festival, you'll find Taiwanese families sharing mooncakes with their Filipino neighbors in a beautiful cultural exchange that strengthens community bonds. As Taiwan faces increasing cost of living challenges, we can expect more Taiwanese citizens to discover the Philippines as an attractive alternative that offers familiar cultural elements with significantly better affordability. Wait, if you're still watching, type cheers in the comments for a special shout out in our next video. And now, let's continue with our top 5. Number 5, Australia. Moving into our top 5 is Australia with 1,460 residents. The Australian expat community represents a fascinating mix of retirees, entrepreneurs, and digital nomads who have traded the land down under for our tropical paradise. For many Australians, the Philippines represents incredible value. Properties that would cost millions in Sydney or Melbourne are available at a fraction of the price in places like Siargao, Boracay, and El Nido. This real estate math has proven irresistible for many Aussies looking to upgrade their lifestyle. As Australian surf shop owner Blake Thompson in Siargao told us, "I sold my tiny apartment in Bondi Beach and bought a beachfront property here with enough left over to start my business. I'm living my dream life for less than it cost me to just survive in Australia." The Australian influence is particularly evident in the hospitality industry, where Australian-owned cafes, restaurants, and boutique hotels have elevated service standards and introduced flat whites and avocado toast to eager Filipino customers. What's particularly interesting is how Australians have embraced Filipino community values while bringing their laid-back, outdoor-focused lifestyle to our shores. Many have formed deep connections with local communities through surf schools, marine conservation efforts, and sports programs for local youth. During Australian holidays like Australia Day in January, beaches across the country host gatherings featuring classic Aussie barbecues with a Filipino twist, the perfect symbol of how these cultures are blending in delightful new ways. Number 4, Indonesia. With 955 residents, though smaller in number than some others on our list, the Indonesian community represents one of the most naturally integrated expatriate groups in the Philippines. Our Indonesian neighbors find the transition to Philippine life relatively seamless, thanks to our shared Austronesian heritage and similar tropical island environments. Many Indonesian professionals are drawn by specific opportunities in marine sciences, sustainable tourism, and Islamic banking, a growing sector in Mindanao. A significant portion of Indonesian residents have settled in Davao and other parts of Mindanao, where the larger Muslim community provides familiar cultural and religious surroundings. Indonesian restaurants serving authentic rendang, nasi goreng, and satay have become favorite dining spots, introducing Filipinos to the rich flavors of Indonesian cuisine. What makes the Indonesian expatriate experience unique is the deep cultural understanding that exists between our peoples. Religious celebrations, family values, and even architectural styles share common elements that make Indonesians feel at home almost immediately upon arrival. As one Indonesian resident in Davao explained, moving here didn't feel like going to a foreign country. It felt like visiting cousins I hadn't seen in a while. The languages are different, but the hearts are the same. This natural cultural alignment creates opportunities for meaningful integration that benefits both communities, with Indonesian expats often serving as important bridges between our countries in business, education, and cultural exchange. Number 3, Vietnam. With 944 residents, though this appears to be a smaller community, it represents one of the fastest growing expatriate groups in the Philippines, with a 40% increase in just the last 2 years. Vietnamese nationals are often drawn to the Philippines for its educational opportunities, particularly in English language programs. With English fluency becoming increasingly valuable in Vietnam's growing economy, many young professionals see the Philippines as the perfect place to enhance their language skills while experiencing a different culture. What's fascinating about the Vietnamese community is their entrepreneurial spirit. Vietnamese business owners have identified unique market opportunities, particularly in importing specialty Vietnamese products that have quickly gained popularity among Filipinos. From Vietnamese coffee shops to pho restaurants that rival those in Hanoi, Vietnamese business owners are introducing Filipinos to new flavors and experiences. The cultural adjustment is relatively smooth for Vietnamese expats, as both countries share similarities in food, family values, and even some historical experiences. Many Vietnamese professionals choose to settle in university towns like Los Baños and Dumaguete, creating vibrant micro-communities that blend seamlessly with local culture. As Vietnam's economy continues its rapid transformation, we're seeing more Vietnamese entrepreneurs looking to the Philippines as an expansion opportunity, bringing investment, innovation, and cultural richness that strengthens ties between our nations. Number 2, India. India takes our silver medal position with an impressive 18,959 residents. The Indian community in the Philippines has established a significant and dynamic presence that continues to grow year after year. Professional opportunities drive much of Indian migration to the Philippines. Indian IT specialists, engineers, and management professionals are highly sought after by multinational corporations and Philippine companies. Cities like Manila, Cebu, and Clark host significant Indian professional communities working in technology parks and business centers. What's remarkable about the Indian community is their entrepreneurial success. From textile trading to restaurants to IT services, Indian entrepreneurs have identified and developed niche markets throughout the Philippines. Walk through Divisoria in Manila, and you'll find numerous Indian-owned textile businesses that have become essential to the Philippine fashion industry. The cultural impact of the Indian community extends far beyond business. Hindu temples in cities like Manila and Cebu serve not only as places of worship, but as cultural centers where festivals like Diwali and Holi are celebrated with increasing participation from curious Filipino neighbors. The influence on Philippine cuisine has grown substantially, with restaurants serving authentic regional dishes from across India becoming increasingly popular. As one Filipino food blogger told us, "I never knew Indian food was so diverse until we started getting restaurants specializing in different regions. Now I'm obsessed with South Indian dosas and North Indian butter chicken." Educational connections are also strengthening, with Indian students coming to study in Philippine medical schools while Indian experts in mathematics and science work as educators in Philippine institutions. As economic ties between India and the Philippines continue to grow, this vibrant community serves as an important bridge between our nations, bringing technological expertise, cultural richness, and entrepreneurial energy that benefits everyone. China, and taking our top spot with an astounding 22,494 residents, is China. The The Chinese community in the Philippines represents not just the largest expatriate group, but one with the deepest historical roots, dating back centuries before modern immigration records began. Contemporary Chinese migration to the Philippines is primarily driven by business and investment opportunities. Chinese entrepreneurs and investors have established significant presence across multiple sectors, including construction, real estate development, manufacturing, and technology. Major infrastructure projects throughout the country often involve Chinese companies that bring skilled workers and management personnel. Manila's Binondo district, the world's oldest Chinatown, remains a vibrant hub of Chinese cultural and commercial activity. In emerging business centers like Clark and newer parts of Metro Manila, modern Chinese-owned enterprises create additional enclaves where Mandarin is as commonly heard as Filipino or English. The Chinese influence on Philippine culture runs deep, particularly in cuisine, business practices, and certain cultural traditions. Chinese New Year has become a national celebration, with communities across the Philippines participating in festivities regardless of their heritage. Chinese culinary traditions have become so integrated into Filipino cuisine that many dishes considered quintessentially Filipino have Chinese origins. As China's global economic influence continues to expand, the Chinese presence in the Philippines represents an important dimension of our country's international relationships and cultural diversity. From ancient trading partnerships to modern investment initiatives, the Chinese community continues to shape Philippine development while finding new ways to integrate their heritage with their Filipino home. The Philippines is a top destination for foreigners, from retirees to entrepreneurs, due to its affordability, beauty, and welcoming people. This trend creates opportunities for Filipinos through jobs, cultural exchange, and new markets. If you're considering a move, share your thoughts in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share this video with others.